What's up, everybody? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Part 6 of Living Legend, which is to complete every level of Halo Combat Evolved on Legendary difficulty. So in getting that, we'll also get Believe in a Hero, which is to complete the game on Heroic, and we'll also get Birth of a Spartan, which is to complete the game on Normal, along with all the individual level completion achievements, such as complete the level 343 Guilty Spark. So to start off this level, you can see I didn't go towards the right, which is where you normally are supposed to go. That's the way the mission was designed. You could actually go to the left like I am right here and jump up on this rock, and you're going to jump onto this fern kind of hanging out on the bank there. You probably have to do a little bit of a crouch jump. If you don't know what that is, it's jumping and then hitting the crouch button, so it basically pulls your legs up to your chest, so you basically have a lot more clearance so you could get to higher places that you wouldn't normally get to be able to jump to if you just, pressed the A button and jumped up to that point, or whatever button you use to jump. I use Recon, I think is what it's called in this. Everyone's got a different controller layout, though nowadays they're running rampant everywhere. But anyway, you can see I just totally bypassed that first section with the Covenant, and you could run right by those guys into this foreboding structure and activate the elevator to come down. Now this section, you have 4 grenades, 4 plasma grenades, and 4 frag grenades to start this level, which is awesome. So you just throw a plasma grenade kind of up on the wall there, and it'll drop down into that bunch of enemies hanging out by this doorway. And that clears out most of them, and then you can just mop them up with your pistol and your assault rifle. So unfortunately, a bunch of jackals are in here, and these guys are kind of tough to take out. They're probably the toughest in Halo 1 to take out. So you could just bypass their shielding by throwing a plasma grenade kind of at their feet to the right or left of them. You don't want to throw it directly at them because it'll bounce off their shield, and they could defend themselves with their shield from it a lot better. But if you throw it to the right or left of their feet, then it just totally destroys them. So for this part, you can see there's a bunch of enemies, and they're only all to the right. They're kind of guarding a door, kind of like this first batch of enemies was doing. They're all huddled around there, so throw a couple grenades in their direction, and we could clear them out pretty efficiently that way, and then you can mop up the rest with your Magnum. You have plenty of ammo to start. You want to stay up here and have the high ground, because as we learned from Star Wars Episode 3, the high ground pays off more often than not. So cut off 3 of the limbs out of every 4 you see on the Covenant. Have a bunch of mini Darth Vaders running around, and we've jumped down. There's only like 2 guys left right here, and we're just going to take them out real quick and run to the next section. And there's a lot of just running in this level. I'm going to prepare you right now. You want to put on your New Balance, your Nikes, whatever running shoe you like to wear. Strap those on, because we're going to do a lot of running. Over here, there's a bunch of jackals. As you can tell, we're kind of taking these guys out. I guess you could run through that door. I don't know why I didn't do that. It's probably easier to do that. But if you don't want to risk running by them and getting shot, you could just throw nades at them. A couple nades. Don't waste all your nades. You want to save some for when you first encounter the Flood. But you can take those guys out and, just continue on your merry way. I think you could safely go through that doorway, though, so you might as well just try that a couple times. You get checkpoints, so it's not like you can't die in these runs. I actually die a couple times in this run myself, so over there's a crate where you could do a grenade jump and kind of skip part of the level, but not anything significant. It's only good for speedrunning, really, because you don't really skip any enemies. Hey, Bronze Billy Goat. I will not be joining your party. I'm making a 343 Guilty Spark Legendary Run guide here. You want to shoot that Marine in the head. He's obviously not an enemy, but he does start shooting at you because he's a crazed, gone insane person. So you want to just kill him so you can take his ammo, more than anything. Obviously, he just stays there so he won't chase you and keep shooting you, but you want that Magnum ammo. So kill him, take it, activate this bridge. You don't actually have to activate it. You could walk along the side to the left over there. If you're afraid of heights or something, I don't know. You want to slink to the side and kind of cower towards the wall of the structure. I don't know. But grab that health if you need it. Skip the cutscene if you want to. It's a very good cutscene, one of my favorite in all of Halo. Super intense. We talked about it on our most recent podcast, HaloCompletionist, which you could listen to now on iTunes, and Android users could access it, I'm being told. And it's on YouTube here on this channel, so check that out. We're going over all the lore and all the Halo stories, including books and games and comics and everything. So we went over The Fall of Reach, which is the prequel to Halo 1, the book, and we went over Halo 1 just recently for episode 2. Should be a good time. But anyway, you can see I'm taking out the bulk of the infection forms right when they bust open the door. I throw a grenade, and it blows the majority of them up, and then you just mop up the rest with your assault rifle. The assault rifle is good for taking out the infection forms, but we're going to switch it out for a shotgun as soon as we can, which unfortunately isn't until further in the level, but that's okay. We're going to run past most of the flood in this level. So for this part, you want to make sure you have one frag grenade remaining for this upcoming part where there's a lot of combat forms that come into the room. Looks like there's some infection forms stuck over here, so it's not spawning the combat forms in yet. So I just went in there and took those guys out, and now here they come. You can see on my radar there's a bunch coming through this door, which is the door we originally entered from. So throw a grenade into there, and we will make our way through. If you time the grenade better, it kind of lands right in the middle of everybody and takes everybody out, and you can just speed through real quick. But we got to back up a little bit here. The Magnum is very good at taking out the flood combat form, so you want to have that ready for action there. Just shoot them kind of in the top of their torso, and they'll go down in 2 or 3 shots. So I went the wrong direction here. Go up the ramp. You want to go around to the other way, apparently. Don't follow me. Here we go. This is the correct side. And we're just going to go back out this doorway. We're going to go to the right, and we're going to go through this doorway that has some green lights flashing next to it. So go in here. And at this point, we're really just running through the level for the most part, and there's a lot of memorization of where to go in which room. So, and it is kind of a confusing layout. All the rooms look the same pretty much, which is unfortunate, but always look for the green lights on the doorways. And this part, we're just going to sprint across this ditch in the middle of the room here, and we're going to jump up on top of these crates, jump up one more time, and we're going to jump up here and hide behind this pillar momentarily. There are a lot of flood on the ground, but there's a lot of jackals and grunts up on the top here, so they're kind of going to start ignoring us and become distracted by the presence of each other. So they'll start fighting each other, forget about you. So you can see after a few seconds we popped out from behind the pillar there, and we made our way through this door, and now we're just running again, sprinting again. Lots of cardio in this level. We'll come to the elevator shaft here, and you want to hit this control panel here, and it'll send us deeper into the facility, which we don't want, but it's the only way to get through the level. So we'll drop down. That's fine. We'll kill some more people. I guess the Master Chief could handle it. He does have to make it to like 4 more games at least, 5 more games. So I mean, I'd imagine he'll make it through this. So when you get to the bottom of this shaft, you can see that the right way to get through this doorway is totally blocked off by these crates, but at the top of the crates there is a nice overshield for you to grab. So grab that and then wrap around to the left side. And there's some active camo over here as well, so we could have overshield and camo at the same time. How nice. So we're going to use this camo to continue sprinting through the level. There is quicker ways to go through these levels, or this level in particular. But obviously I'm not doing like a world record speedrun guide here. I'm just doing a general legendary guide. There are 2 ways to go through that room a little bit faster. And you kind of skip this room and the majority of the other room by jumping across in a couple ways. One way is you could time the bridge that's flashing in and out of existence properly, and the other way is to jump on the pillars that are kind of on the sides of either side of the room. So, but those are kind of tough jumps to do, so and it takes a little bit of practice. So this is just, hey, let's sprint, over here. And then once you get through that room, you go down here to the green doorway, and go through here, always going through these identical looking antechambers. And we're going to go, and there's a ditch in this room. Whenever you see a ditch in a room, you want to sprint across it after you get to the flood cutscene. I think it only happens twice, so each time you want to sprint across to the door opposite of you when you enter that room, and it'll bring you to the next section that you need to be in. So then you want to get to this room, you want to jump on top of this box so you could get to the second level here, and you want to grab the shotgun that's lying on top of it as you jump on top, because it is the best weapon to deal with the flood, and we're going to have to deal with a handful of them at least at the end of this level here. So you want to get to this room, you want to kill the couple combat forms on this side with your shotgun, activate the bridge here, and you want to throw a frag, or I guess we could throw a plasma grenade as well. You want to throw a grenade pretty quickly into that area, because a ton of flood spawn there. So if you throw a grenade quickly enough, you kind of kill them as they spawn. So, and then you can just run right through like I did there. Then activate the lift, and it'll take you out of the facility, and we are almost done with this level. And we're going to see some marine friendly contacts up here on our radar, and you want to exit the facility. There's health and ammo right here for your shotgun, and we're just going to run to the left. I used to run to the right historically, and then I was informed that there's a left possibility as well, and I enjoy the left at this point. I think it's a little bit better. You have a higher chance of survival. And you can see sometimes there's a couple of flood, but just take them out real quick with the Magnum. And this section right here is going to become a run and gun situation. So we're going to try to kill as many people as possible while we're running to the back of the structure where 343 Guilty Spark kind of picks us up and brings us to the library. So you can see all the contacts that have appeared on my radar now. So I throw a plasma grenade about where they're going to land, so those will hopefully explode and take them out. And then it's easier to deal with all the rest of them. You can see I'm throwing grenades kind of in between myself and the flood, so they hopefully chase me and run right into the grenade as it explodes. So you don't want to throw the grenade at where the flood are currently, because they're just going to keep following you and they'll run right past the grenade. You want to get them to run into the grenade as it explodes. And you can see the structure is to my left here, and you can see all these flashing dots. You want to run past these flashing dots and behind the structure, which is to my left now. And a lot of sentinels come in and help you out, so that's what you want. When you kind of get to this point, the sentinels will come in and reinforce, or become reinforcements for you, help you, you know, kill the flood, and it'll trigger 343 Guilty Spark to come sooner if you're back here and the sentinels are helping you out. So, whoa, I didn't even kill all the enemies there, so that's fine, I guess. Looks like the enemies are going to continue shooting at me throughout this cutscene, which you'll see. Sometimes you get the level to end a little quicker if you're behind the structure like I was just doing there. And that is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Check out our new Halo Conversationalist podcast, which I was mentioning earlier in the video, which can be found on iTunes, Google Play, and here on YouTube on this channel. You can follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch at SilverScorpion4, and I will see you guys later for more Halo achievements.